16,700 miles and just past 60 hours on the generator, which you might be able to hear is currently humming like a top, fired right up and ran great. A Fleetwood Storm 28F here at Haylett RV. This has basically a full wall super slide on the driver's side and then a rear bed slide out, which is a neat little secret weapon that gives this thing a 28-foot driving floor plan with a 30-foot destination floor plan. And this beauty is clean and well kept. That, big paint package catches your eye on the exterior, but the cleanliness, the orderly nature of everything on the interior holds your attention. And this floor plan really, I think, works because of these spinning captain's chairs that you see. I've got them at all sorts of different wacky angles right there instead of just facing forward. Because when you reach your destination without those, your only seating would be this U-dinette, which can be bonus sleeping as well, which is cool. But it wouldn't give you a lot of places to sit. But your driving chairs in a Class A almost always, and obviously this is no exception, also become destination chairs so that the cab area becomes part of the living room, and that's a really clutch difference between an A and a C-Class motorhome. We have a 7-foot interior here and soft touch liner. You might have noticed there's a lot of exterior road traffic noise since we're parked right next to the highway here, but inside, you don't hear it. You barely hear the generator. The TV is also on a power swing arm, and that's really important because that talks to the power bed lift up front here to make sure you can't accidentally break anything. Now, there's a few different ways you could use this. Primarily, it's just going to be a guest sleeping area, but you might notice it's just a big platform. This would be an airbed style power bed lift. You can also see that it's got these handy little safety nets so that if you do have like one of the grandkids or even an adult that's not familiar with sleeping up here, so they don't accidentally roll off of that thing and hurt themselves and break your RV. And then once the bed's down, you can swing that power TV back around, which it kind of helps to do to make it easier to attach that handy ladder down here, so you don't either have to be a mountain climber of an adult or throw the grandkids into the upper bed. The cab area of this thing is simple. In fact, several items in this RV are simple. But I don't mind simple. Simple means effective, no nonsense, not going to screw it up, but it's got a lot of nice looking eye appeal. It is simple, but clean and shiny. It's the kind of thing that looks good, makes you feel good having it, but it doesn't necessarily break the bank in comparison to a lot of what's out there. And I did want to take a second to peek up here so that you could see this does have the full auto leveling controls. We've also got power mirrors with heating on them. So if you leave a frosty climate or you're driving through one, you can make sure that you can always see everything. We mentioned this big U-dinette earlier, but just to take another look at it, it's what I call true U-dinette, about 7 foot deep, or wide rather, close to just shy of 4 foot deep. There's storage below it. There's also a set of power outlets down there that the camera's having a hard time picking up. So it's a great little spot to be able to sit, run a laptop or tablet or something, keep yourself in order. And this is a little bit different super slide. It starts with your dinette, then it adds the refrigerator, then it adds a huge amount of closet space. If you think about how deep the refrigerator is, that's exactly how deep both of these closets are. That's a symmetrical closet with dual dresser drawers below, plus there's extra dresser drawers on the steps that lead around that slide out rear bed. But first, we've got a Maxxair Vent Fan up here so that you can, if you are cooking up a storm, you can get that heat out of the RV. And beautiful raised panel cabinetry, and there's a lot of very easy to miss, real subtle sort of shading and accenting and burnishing going on. It looks absolutely fantastic up in there. All of our controls and everything are kind of all in one spot. It's easy to access and it's up away from little kid hands. And again, there's little things you can do, like the power bed lift has a key lock right here. You can turn it off, take the key out. Also, the TV does have to be all the way open to drop that thing down, so you can't like mess it up and break stuff. Full storage below every ounce of counter space they possibly could here. And what's interesting is this has a more traditional towable RV kitchen equipment setup with a standard oven and microwave instead of just convection microwave. You don't run into that very often. here in the, I guess you call it hallway area, access to our bathroom, and of course everything is fully accessible in transit. This hallway is very wide, but the slide is not exceptionally deep. It's only about a 2-foot deep slide and a 4-foot wide hallway. So you can always get through everything when you are on the road, and I like that extra cabinet beside the mirror. That's the kind of thing that a lot of towable RVs will leave out for weight cost reasons. Motorized RVs don't tend to suffer from things like that. So you do kind of step up or climb up around the bed, but that's sort of the price you pay to have a rear bed slide. Again, the idea behind this is that we're driving 28 feet, which feels a lot better than driving 30 feet to most people. And you can see how all the original electronics are here, and you do have the accordion wall here, so you can close off your private bedroom in case you have someone on that power bed lift or the dinette down here. And that's what's neat. Floor plans like this is a good couples rig, but it has the ability to sleep small families or even adult guests. It does not take an RV nerd to recognize a full paint package when you see one, which is exactly what we're looking at here. And I like that triple entry step. You might notice the whole thing actually sets a little bit higher than a lot of motorized RVs tend to. That's why it has that triple step instead of a double. One of the cool things about that, a little bit more ground clearance on a little bit smaller body RV. So if you like to go into those off the beaten path kind of places, this is definitely going to be a good rig for you. Tires look fantastic, skin looks fantastic. You know, we got the slide awning, keeping the slide protected. The slide awning also will help keep the weather from beating down on that slide out and causing a lot of additional heat inside the RV. The one thing that we have noticed, and I can actually see it happening right now, is it looks like when it was winterized last, someone forgot to make sure they ran antifreeze through the outside shower, which is why it's kind of dribbling right now. Just the pressure on the lines is causing a little bit of water to bleed through. Usually that's not the hardest thing in the world to fix. Like I said, there's nothing major I can discern wrong with this RV. On this chassis engine combination, we should have a 5,000 pound pulling capacity. We've got our 7-way harness plug and receiver hitch and everything back there ready to go. Neat detail, that wide rear bed slide, normally they're not quite that wide, also has a slide awning over it for protection, which you don't normally see. Power awning, of course, what I like about this awning though, is there's a switch that will allow you to reach it from ground level. You can be standing right there, reach in, flick the switch and be good to go. So, we got the little scuff right there, which is purely cosmetic. We've got the outside shower fixture needs replacement. Other than that, I can't really find anything wrong. You know, we've got rear and side view cameras that automatically kick on when you shift gear, or pardon me, shift into reverse or flick on your turn blinker. It's pretty much good to go, guys. If what you're looking for is something that's a little shorter, a little easier driving, but still gives you a good destination space, maybe you're a little bit timid about driving a 35-foot rig, which I get. These things are giants, you know. I think this is that neat little in-betweener. It's not a mini home, but it's not a scary giant diesel pusher either. It's something that I think, you know, Larry Lunchbucket and Jane Sixpack could drive and feel a lot more comfortable with. And it's also not nearly the budget of one of those diesel pushers, so that's a good thing. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping everyone, and remember, whether it's hitching pieces, parts, trades, finance, package deals, RV delivery, everything in between, we do it all. Have a good day, see you soon.